am not very good at explaining things.
But are you doing this out of free will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 10. I actually have something exciting planned for today because there is a really cool, or I think is really cool, Christmas fair going on, and it's all centered around a castle, which I think is really awesome. So it's a really big Christmas market, but it's all around a castle. So I really want to go there today. So we're going to do that at the end of the day because I really would like to see it when it gets a little bit darker with all of the fun Christmas lights and stuff. There are a couple of other things that need to get done. I have some more bookmarks to make. I didn't get through all of them last night, so I'm gonna do that in a little bit. I also have a sourdough going, but I don't expect to be able to bake that until tomorrow. Some of you have actually asked me for my bread recipe. I don't really feel like I should be sharing a bread recipe because it's not my own. I simply use the beginner sourdough bread recipe from Farmhouse on Boone. So I will leave a link to that one in the description because that is just, it's a very good recipe. I don't really need to change anything about it. So I also don't think I am the perfect person to ask how to do it because there are so many other creators online who have really perfected explaining. I'm not very good at explaining things. I don't know if you've noticed this before. This is also why I don't do tutorials, because I apparently am not very good at explaining things. I simply use her recipe. If you want to get into sourdough baking and you haven't done it before, she is definitely a very good resource. She has a lot of instructions, but she also shows how it's all not so sciencey. You know, the recipe says to do stretch and folds every half hour. It really doesn't matter if that first one is after an hour instead of half an hour, or if maybe there is 20 minutes between your stretch and folds at some point. You know, it's not that exact of a science. In fact, in that way, a sourdough bread is way more forgiving than a yeast bread, where things go really, really fast compared to sourdough anyway. I've just done a stretch and fold, so I don't need to touch that for a while. I'll do one more, and then I will just let it sit and let it rise for hours. I will probably put it on the, where the heater is. It's not really hot, but it's definitely warmer than in the rest of the kitchen. Additionally, I wanted to mention, I ordered a sample for peel and stick tiles for behind the stove for the backsplash because I cannot, for the life of me, make a decision on tiles. So I figured if I could do peel and stick tiles, then at least I could really see what it does and I could very easily remove it if I don't like it. Because that is not something you want to do with real tiles, is removing them. That is no fun, no fun. But that was over 2 weeks ago and I still haven't gotten it. And that was just the sample. So I'm a little worried because if it takes so long to get the sample, I can assume it also takes so long to get the actual order, which will make it way at the end of December, which is unacceptable. I think I'm going to go online in a bit and just see if I have any other options. Maybe I can find another company that has a similar tile, because what I was thinking, I will show you a picture. I was thinking of getting a very simple white square peel and stick tile and then just kind of making my own kind of Delft tile details on it with blue, because that way I figured I could get the Delft tile style but I can very meticulously choose my blue, which would ensure that my blue would go with the rest of my wallpaper, because that is always very much a risk. I know that the real Delft blue, this is getting very confusing, but the real Delft blue is not really the same kind of blue that I have on my wall here. So I figured that would be a really nice solution. But then I do have to get my sample so that I know what it looks like, because I have never seen a peel and stick tile in real life before. So I don't know if you're gonna see it very well that it's fake, you know, because that is not something I would want. I will update you on that. I am working on it.
I am packing my bags, I am leaving. Think I'm going to Paris or Rome. I gotta get out of this god-awful place that I used to call my home. Maybe I'm going to London, gotta find someplace new. I'll move to a dump in a faraway slum to help me forget about you. I might be going to sunny California.
Remember earlier this week when I was speaking about some traditional Christmas foods that we have? This is the kerststol that I talked about. As I said, I was gonna order it with the groceries, so I did, because I really, really like those. So I will show you what it looks like. This is a kind of raisin bread. It has some hazelnut in there, and then there is a filling of like a sugary almond paste kind of thing. I will show you what it looks like. I want to get to the filling. Why? Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes the filling is only in the center. There we go. This is what I mean. They're so good.
But without you, it's all the
Now there are of course several ways to eat this thing, but in my opinion, there is only one. Let me show you. I will put some butter on the bread itself. Then I will scoop out the almond paste and divide it over it. And yes, that will leave you with a slice of bread with a hole in the middle, but that's okay. It always looks a little weird. Honestly, I don't think I can make this look as tasty as it really is. It just doesn't look very good, but I'm gonna try. Oh yeah.
all those memories of you.
So, by the way, these are called kerststol. When it's Easter, you can also buy them, and then all of a sudden they are called paasstol because Pasen is Easter. I think even outside of those holidays, you can get them, and then they're called partystol or something, feeststol. So I think you can get them all year round, but I only get them when it's Christmas. And I think originally they were a Christmas thing, kerststol. I only know them that way actually, but what do I know? Do you remember a while back when I said that I was going to be better about going outside when it wasn't beautiful weather? So I wanted to be outside a little bit more even when the sun isn't shining. The sun is not shining today. So I'm gonna go outside and do some things, because another thing that I said was that I was going to clean up all of the garden things before the winter, because I really wanted that to look kind of neat throughout the off season, if you will. And I didn't, not entirely anyway. I definitely did a couple of things, but I didn't do everything. And now it's bugging me. So I'm going to layer up and go outside and clean up some of the old stuff. There are still some old sunflowers that need to come out. There is some spinach that I'm no longer harvesting from, so I'm gonna cut that back. I'm not gonna take it out completely, because if we're lucky, it will come back in the summer. We're gonna see what we can do. I'm gonna put my hair up though. And then after that, I think we're gonna leave for the Christmas fair and the castle and Christmas castle.
Tommy, did you come for a cuddle?
When I was cutting away the spinach, which is called New Zealand spinach, by the way, we very much enjoyed this vegetable this summer. But when I was cutting it, I noticed that the ground there was completely covered in seed from it. And I remembered hearing somewhere that they reseed themselves. So I decided in the end to risk it and just remove all of the plants so that this bed is all empty. And then I'm very curious to see if these seeds will come back up in the spring. And if they don't, I will just get a packet of new seeds and then I'll know for next year. But for now, I'm just going to reset this entire garden bed. Besides the spinach, I removed a whole bunch of weeds and what I thought was little marigold plants and a whole bunch of chamomile. A while back, I decided to keep these in because I was just curious what it would do, but I doubt that it will survive the winter, and until then, it is just going to look messy. So I would much rather just start the spring with reset empty garden beds, and then we can completely freshly decide what is going to go where and what we're going to do with the garden for the summer.
It's officially full. Okay, that's better. I didn't get everything, but my compost bin is completely full, so oh boy. I might as well just leave my headband on because we're leaving anyway. We are going to go to that Christmas fair. I'm very excited. This is the very first real Christmas fair that we're going to. The other one was a Christmas market inside a garden center. It's just not the same. This is a real Christmas thing. So I'm of course taking you with me. Let's go.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days.
But are you doing this out of free will?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't feel forced.
No, okay. Just the fee to get in? Crazy. What was it? 20 euros a person. So I have high expectations.
Stop running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belt. Drinking hot wine by the fire. Don't care of anything else. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arm. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow.
The market, of course, had all the cute little Christmas things that you can imagine. But as I was editing this, I realized that we ran into pretty much all of the typically Dutch snacks that you may or may not have heard of. There was smoked sausage, which is generally served on a bun.
Now, can you resist?
But you cannot deny me my poffertjes, which I always really enjoy watching being made. They are basically very tiny fluffy pancakes, which you serve with butter and some powdered sugar. They are very, very good. I still really want to get one of those cast iron poffertjes pans one day so that I can make them myself at home. And to top it all off, Stefan went to order a croquette, but they were out, so he got 3 bitterballen instead, which is basically exactly the same thing, but in a different shape. These are fried snacks that are very popular here, and they're very often combined with fries, which we then eat with mayonnaise.
oliebollen. Ja, fijne avond. Fluffy. So did we think it was worth it? No. Not really. Mijn poffertjes?
Yeah.
What did you calculate? €1 a piece?
€1 a piece.
So we are officially bitter Dutch people complaining about the prices
And still hungry.
and still still hungry. We did have a nice stroll. We had some exercise,
Yeah,
and there was Christmas music.
and we spotted some acquaintances.
Oh yeah, we did. We ran into some
Yeah.
friends. But now my hands are freezing, and we're gonna go home. Oh, and we got oliebollen.
Oliebollen.
Yay! That is worth everything. And fluffy socks.
Yeah, that will kill the
I did get fluffy socks.
that will kill the hungriness.
Do you think?
We will be feed.
Yeah, we're gonna have oliebollen for dinner?
That was a lot of fun. I know we complained about the price, but it was actually a lot of fun. I mean, they had people caroling. There were people wearing those really old clothes. The vibe was really good. I also got these adorable socks. These are alpaca. As a wool lover, I should probably look that up. But I really like these really thick, chunky socks, especially when I'm wearing my boots when I go outside. So that's really nice. And now we are going to enjoy one of our oliebollen and call it a night, because I have a lot of footage from the market to edit for you guys and get a vlog live today. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us again, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.